Hey everyone, this is Wingspan TT, and today I wanted to talk about something a little bit different. I want to do a different kind of video. So instead of just going into a full match, I want to come back and look at the actual skills, look at what's in Assassin's Creed Revelations, and talk about some of the skills, some of the perks, building skill sets. I'm just going to try to fit in as much as I can in, I guess, the 15-minute limit. So if you're ready to listen to me just blather, I haven't really thought this out or planned this out too much beyond the general idea of what I want to cover, but I just want to talk about, what skills do I pick and why, and what I think about the skill progression here. And the main thing you want to know is, how do you even get to this? If you're at this main menu, hit LB, the left bumper, that's going to bring you up here, and then you can go to change the options. I had no clue where the options were before. You can buy new skills, new customization items, you can check your stats, you can, look at your dolls and put new clothes on them. And then ability sets, which is where you're going to spend most of your time in here. Well, at least I believe that's where you're going to spend most of your time. Go into ability sets, and you have two options. Now, crafting abilities, we'll get to in a second, okay, but that's only available once you're like level 30 or higher, and then select ability set. Like I said before, it's cool that in Assassin's Creed Revelations, Ubisoft made these two default sets, so that even when you're absolutely new, and you have no clue what you're doing, you have no points to buy any skills, you can use these sets, and they're not great sets by any means, but they're better than absolutely nothing, obviously. The default having throwing knives, Tripwire Bomb, Sentry, Killstreak plus 250, and Tracker. Defaults at 2 having Disguise, Firecrackers, Enhanced Auto Bash, Silent Killstreak 250, and Vision. Of course, then you have 5 slots for your own sets. Unlike Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, where you automatically unlocked everything, alright, in this game you pretty much have to buy everything. And you buy it with these points that you see above special ability set. Right now I have 51 points, but you buy the slots. So you see I have these two that I haven't paid for yet. And then you buy the skills, perks, and streaks that go in them, the abilities, skills. The abilities, perks, and streaks. That's good and bad. It's good in a way because you don't need to get abilities you don't want. You just pretty much get the abilities that you are actually interested in, okay? But the bad part is, and this is, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but if you get a lot of points per game, right? So like in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, it'd be like, when you get to level 20, you have automatically unlocked 20 things, essentially. But, see, when I got to level 20, like, if you get, 5,000, 8,000, 4,000, 9,000 points per game, you really progress in levels very quickly, and maybe every level I've, completed between 1 and 3 matches, and therefore, by the time I got to level 20, I really haven't earned that many points, because you don't earn points based on your levels, you earn points on completing games, alright? So, obviously, if you're not completing a lot of games, then you're not going to be earning a lot of points. And you earn points for accolades and stuff like that, but unless you're going to go way out of your way to earn certain accolades to try to get more, if you're just trying to win the game and get points, then you're not really going to get that many Abstergo credit points. But, so far I've been able to pick out a lot of things I like, and I'm still experimenting with things. Once you actually select a build, I have my balance build, and balance is something I just have in there that's a build that, in general, you can't go wrong with. So if I select it by accident, or if I'm not looking at the screen and the timer goes off and I'm stuck with a default build, that always goes to your first skill set. So I have something here, Smoke Bomb, pretty useful. Poison, not always useful, and I've been toying with whether I want to keep Poison in my balance set. Perk, Sentry, increases the out-of-sight duration of your lock. I'm not sure if I like this one, but it's one of the ones you start with. It's actually pretty good. It goes from, I believe, from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. I don't know the exact amount. I don't think it tells you, no. And I'll toy with that, but it's just basically when someone goes out of your lock range, you can track them for a longer period of time. Overall cooldowns, reducing the cooldown time of your 2 abilities, obviously very good. It was good in Brotherhood, it's still good. Kill streak, this is for silent kills, plus 250 points. Now, it's 250, used to be plus 300, so this is good and bad. The bad part is that it's harder to get silent kills, because you can't just get silent kills by spotting someone and killing them. You need to wait a couple seconds to build up your meter. The good thing is now stuns also count into streaks. So if you're getting a lot of stuns, if you're on defense, or if you just happen to be stunning a lot of people in addition to a few silent kills, you'll activate the streak. I still think the 2 times loss streak is a very good loss streak. It's basically, if you're that far behind that you've been stunned or killed 5 times in a row, you need something to help you get back in the game. And being able to see where the enemies are for like 10 seconds or something like that isn't going to do it. Double score can give you kills that are worth 2,000 points if you're doing it right, which can easily pull you from, you know, 3rd place into 1st place, or as we've seen in my one video, from 8th place into 2nd place. It really depends, you know, how close the game is, but double score, there's never a time where it's not useful to get more points, whereas there's plenty of times where you don't need to boost cooldowns because your skills are already available or things like that. And you know, I have other, you know, I have a special thing for Assassinate, and I'm still toying with this too. I'm not sure if I want to stay with these. Run, gun, hack. I really like this build because there are times where there's a lot of roofers and having poison is not going to be useful. So we have hitting gun, mute. Mute's good because it has a large range, so you can kind of shut things down. And I also use this, and again, I'm playing with all these, the game's relatively new, but I also use this for escort, because when you're in escort, you need to be able to kill, like someone's running to the VIP, there's no way you're going to intercept them in time, hitting gun, alright? Someone's about to kill the VIP, you're still 10 feet away, mute. Now they can't do anything, and it gives you the time to arrive there. Let's look at some of the actual skills, though, that are available. Alright, so a lot of these are returning skills. Decoy. Great skill. It has been nerfed a little bit from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Alright, so you can't just lock onto someone now and use this and tell if they're a human being in the same way you could in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now, Decoy doesn't change the exact target that you've locked onto into the decoy. It changes someone that's close by to where you're locked onto. And I think that's good and bad. It's good because if you're in a rush, you need to create a decoy, you need to be in a general area, but you don't need to be locked on anything specific. Alright, fine, it just makes someone, alright? If someone's chasing you, you just tap the button and not lock on to anyone, it'll just pick someone close to you, decoys created. It was a little overpowered in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, how you could essentially use this as an instant free way to tell if someone is a person or not, a real player or just an NPC. And now I feel like it's been balanced out, good and bad. Duration 5 seconds, behavior normal, the thing just runs, cooldown 50 seconds. Disguise, you know, we all know how disguise is. I still don't think it's a great skill, but due to the crafting, maybe there's ways to get around that. Excuse me. And whatever, it changes the way you look. It lasts 15 seconds. Now I don't remember offhand, but I believe Brotherhood it was shorter, and you can create the long-lasting disguise to last even longer, I believe up to 20 seconds. So with 20-second disguise, that's a lot of time. That is enough time to stun several pursuers and kill your target. So disguise, alright. Tripwire Bomb, this is a new skill. It's a skill you can drop or you can throw, and you can throw it. You see that little, there's a little icon, throwing icon at the beginning of the description. And by throwing it, you just hold down the button and aim it. Basically, you put this on the ground. It takes 5 seconds as a default to arm. Once it's armed, if someone walks over the bomb, basically there's a small smoke bomb that pops up and, you know, they cough or whatever, and then you can stun them or kill them or whatever you want to do. I guess you can, you know, test them for asthma because they're coughing so much, but it's probably related to the Tripwire Bomb. Very cool skill. This is very good for a lot of gameplay modes. It's good for Manhunt because you can kind of like set up places close to you, so you know people are expecting you to throw a smoke bomb, so they do things like they waltz outside a smoke bomb range and then, you know, try to smoke bomb you with extended range smoke bomb. But if you have a tripwire bomb right outside that range, then you get them. Or it's good for artifact assault because you can put it by the artifact to prevent people from stealing the artifact. You can pretty much use it in a lot of places. You just can't use it instantly like smoke bomb. Firecrackers, still good, and again, you can throw firecrackers. Very short cooldown. It says 75 seconds there's the cooldown, but when you craft a skill, you can bring it down even lower than that. I believe down to some ridiculous amount, like 60, 45 seconds. I don't remember. We'll check that in a second. Okay, revealing people. People highly underestimate firecrackers, but unlike Templar Vision, it leaves the enemy not being able to do very much. And unlike Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the flashbang effect is very strong. Like, you can see blurs of color, that's about it. So yeah, you can run when you get firecrackered, but you're not going to really know where you're running to until like a couple seconds after it started running off. And again, you can craft this now so that it can last a longer duration. Morph, we all know what Morph does. It changes the NPCs around you to look like you. This can be used defensively, obviously, to make it harder for people to tell. Oh, fuck. Oops. Sorry, I just dropped the controller for a second there. Where was I? Morph? I selected Morph. Great. Or you can use it offensively, go close to where there are some people, morph them. Whoever doesn't turn into you is your target, but usually that doesn't work too well. This is a new skill, Bodyguard. It creates an NPC. It's kind of like Decoy, alright? But instead of Decoy, instead of creating an NPC that runs away, it creates an NPC that stays very close to you, alright? And basically what they do is if an enemy walks by you, if one of your pursuers walk by you, the bodyguard will slowly walk up to them and then attempt to stun them. So the bodyguard's good for a couple of reasons. A, it doesn't run, so in some cases it can look more realistic, okay, because people expect decoys. Oh, decoys are just going to run like crazy, although that can be crafted as well. The other reason is that obviously, you know, maybe you're not sure. Oh, I don't know who my pursuer is. Well, you don't know, but the bodyguard is a computer and it can cheat and it knows, so it can try to go and stun them. It doesn't work if your pursuer knows exactly who you are and just runs straight at you. The bodyguard's not fast enough to stop them. But if the pursuer's trying to decide, oh, which of these guys is my target, the bodyguard is going to slowly walk up to them and try to take them out. Hidden gun, as you all know what it does. It's a gun. It shoots people. It's got a huge cooldown, 90 seconds, but you can bring that down to 75 seconds. Everyone likes to hate on the hidden gun, but I believe the hidden gun serves a very important purpose in this game, and it's twofold. First of all, it stops roofers, okay? Especially if you have a 75-second cooldown. You have boost overall cooldowns down to like 65 seconds, all right? If you can use it every minute, it's a huge deterrent for roofing. And secondly, it's a huge deterrent for, there's plenty of times in like Manhunt or other modes where there's just a bunch of the targets that are in one place. You know, if you walk over, you're going to get smoke bombed, muted, you're going to get stunned, alright? If you know which one of them is the... You can lock onto one of them and take them out at range. Maybe there's two of them there. Now there's only one, and one guy is not going to be as effective as taking you down. Hidden gun also serves purposes in escort mode for both killing the VIPs and defending the VIPs. It's great in artifact modes. So whatever. People want to hate on hidden gun. Is it the best tactic to use all the time? No, but it has very specialized purposes for which it's great. Throwing knives, I still think throwing knives are a little weak, alright? So the cooldown is short and you can bring down the cooldown, but ultimately throwing knives, you know, it's basically only for roof runners, again, but it doesn't really stop people if they're really far away. It stops people if they're hanging over you or they're very close to you. If they're trying to run away from you, you can hit them with throwing knives, but in most of those cases, you know, the duration is so short that by the time you catch up to them, you've lost all your points for being incognito or whatever, so you might as well have just shot them with a gun. And I know the gun has a longer cooldown, but I don't know. I feel like throwing knives are still greatly underpowered. Smoke bomb, probably still best skill in the game, and now you can throw the smoke bomb. Now, and you see here the cooldown 45 seconds. I have crafted this down from a 1-minute cooldown to 45 seconds, but yeah, it's basically, you can use it offensively, defensively, you can throw it, you can use it to protect your teammates, you can use it to double stun in some cases. Great skill overall. Guys, we're running into the end of the amount of time I have for this video, so I'm just going to stop right now, and then I'm going to create video 2, post up a link to video 2, and then you can watch the rest there.